All right. Welcome to this session. And in this session, we are going to cover Hdfs user commands. So for using the Hdfs command, the the way you have to use the particular commands, how it can be issued is on the SSH, that is secured shell. That is the shell you are going to access using the port 4200. Okay, if you are installing 3.1, you are going to access the secure shell using the 4200, which is on your local host. The minute you click on that, so just I will exit and re-log in so that you will. What you do is once you have the successful installation, then after the successful installation, you can connect with the Hdfs through a secured shell, that is SSH session, using localhost :4200. Click OK. And in the earlier session, we talked about uh, to first time when you log in, it will ask you to change the password for the root. That details are in the Hdfs installation that I have shared in your classroom. So first time you will change the password, and you will set whichever the password you need, and after changing the password, you can enter that password and log in. Okay, once you log in to the sandbox using the root user or any other user that you have created, there you can issue the Hdfs commands. So all the Hdfs commands are issued on this particular prompt. And how the what is the usage is? Usage is, you will say Hdfs and then space dfs should be there. Okay, dfs is missed. Hdfs and dfs configuration, this is the optional information that you want to provide, and then you will give the command. And what are these commands are? uh, okay, so Hdfs, and here this is optional, whatever the configuration information. Even the dfs is also one of the commands. So when you say Hdfs dfs, we will see what all the commands it will show, what all the things you can execute. So under dfs, then you will give the command. And what are these commands? The commands can be anything. It can be dfs name node hyphen format. Okay, each of these commands will do different operations. So first we will see hdfs dfs. Okay, I will not tell any configuration information, just will say hdfs space dfs, distributed file system. I will click OK. So it will take a little bit of time while it is working. We'll proceed. DFS, what it will do, run a file system command on the file system supported in Hadoop. So it will run the file system command. It will list all the commands that can be executed. Then name node hyphen format, the format the DFS file system. If you want to format the file system, if you want to format the file system, you can use this particular command. So for your syllabus, we will not be working on any of these commands. Just for your information, this is provided. We will not be using these particular commands to do any kind of a distributed file system formatting, or running a name node or a secondary node using these commands. Okay, it depends on the what kind of a installation, the kind of a installation we chose, like using VirtualBox and the Hadoop sandbox. All these things automatically, whenever we start the virtual machine using the VirtualBox, automatically in the background all the services will get started. This is required when you install the Hadoop from the Apache. So if you are installing bit by bit, not using the sandbox, then you will be coming across many of these things where you will be required to start the name node, do the formatting, run other nodes. Okay, so then these commands will be very useful. Next is secondary name node. How you will issue this command is, you will say Sdfs space secondary name node. Run the DFS secondary name node. This particular command will run the secondary name node. If you say Hdfs space name node, it will run the DFS name node. So it will make the name node service. It will start running that name node service. Similarly, journal to run the journal node, you will issue the command journal node. Then ZKFC run the zookeeper failover controller daemon. So if you want, if you, it is a high availability configuration you have, then you will be running the zookeeper service using ZKFC command. Then to run the data node, you will use the command data node. DFS admin, run a DFS admin client. So if you want to log in as a DFS admin, certain privileges are not given to the regular user. That time what you can do is you can run those commands using the DFS admin, so it will have a elevated privileges. Then HA admin, high availability admin, so it will run the DFS HA admin client. Then FSCK, run DFS file system checking, file system checking utility. So it is a FSCK, file system check. Then balancer, then runs the cluster balancing utility. JMX get JMX exported values from name node or data node. Mover, run utility to move block replicas across storage types. OIV, apply the offline FS image viewer to an FS image. Then OIV underscore legacy, apply the offline FS image viewer to an legacy FS image. OEV, apply the offline edits viewer to an edit file. Okay, so offline edits viewer to an edit file. Then fetch DT, fetch a delegation token from the name node. So many of these commands we will not be using. Just you can take a look at this. Get configuration groups. So it will get the all the groups which are available. Snapshot diff. So you remember, we have a snapshot command. Using the snapshot command, we can get the state of the Sdfs system at that particular time. And suppose you have those snapshots in your system. If you want to compare them, then you can use the snapshot diff, and you can provide the two snapshots. Diff two snapshots of a directory, or diff the current directory contents with a snapshot. So for that purpose we can use the snapshot diff. Then ls snapshot table dir directory, list all the snapshot table directory owned by the current user. Then port map, run port map service. NFS3, it runs the NFS3 service. Cache admin, configure HDFS cache. Then encryption, configure HDFS encryption zones. Then storage policies, get all the existing block storage policies, and version. So this is the one we used, HDFS space version. So it will show the what is the version of that current installation of the HDFS. So first one is the HDFS version, we already saw that. Okay, Now you can see the result of the command that we issued, that is hdfs dfs. Okay, hdfs space dfs, distributed file system. So in how we can use hdfs dfs, it provides us with many other commands. Okay, so using hdfs dfs space hyphen, all these commands are possible. So you can execute all these commands. For example, hyphen append to file, so we can append to a file. Hyphen cat, so it will display the content of the particular file. Then hyphen checksum, hyphen change group, ch group, change mode, hyphen change mode. Suppose you want to change the permission or the group of particular file, you can do that, or change the owner. Then hyphen copy from local. This particular command will copy the local file into hdfs and copy to local. So hyphen copy to local, this particular command will copy hdfs file into a local file system. And this is the count, so it will get the count. If it is a directory path or anything, it will get the count of the files that are present. Hyphen cp, you can copy a file. Okay, this is within hdfs, you can copy one file into another file. Hyphen create snapshot, so this is the command that can be used to create the snapshot. Hyphen delete snapshot, we can delete. Hyphen df hyphen du, you can get the stats. So if you see all these commands, these are very similar to what unix commands, and the way they work is also exactly similar to the unix commands. Then expunge, find, suppose you want to find a particular um, file in a distributed file system, you can use the find command. Get, this will get a file from the hdfs to the local local system. Get factl, get f attribute, get merge. So these are the different versions of the command, get command. Then head, help will give you the more information of about the particular command, how it can be used. Ls, listing of the directory. Then we have make directory, move from local, move to local. Move from local, it will the source is a local system, and it will move to the hdfs. Move to local from hdfs to local system. Move command within hdfs, put from local to the hdfs. If you want to change the rename the snapshot, you can use rename snapshot. Remove, hyphen rm, it is to we can use this command to remove the file or a directory. When we are using the removing the directory, we can use the -r, which is recursive, so it will delete. Remove directory, rmdir. Then these are the certain commands. Tail, tail is used when your file is really large, and most of the time if you want to monitor the log files. Okay, log files are getting the actively, it will be getting updated from the processes. You can use the tail command on those log files, which will actually uh, show the last, by default last 10 lines or 20 lines it will show. Or if you want to set how many lines you want to see, you can give it as a parameter. Then test, text, touch. Touch is like if you want to change the timestamp of a certain file, you can use touch. Truncate, usage, so if you want to see the usage of particular command, you can see that. So that is the all the information it provides when you have the hdfs hyphen dfs. So these are the all commands possible. Suppose you want to list, then you will say hdfs space dfs space ls. Okay, or space if you want to move hyphen mv. So I will just list Hdfs dfs minus ls. So what ls here will do is it will list into the current folder, whatever the current folder is there, it will do the listing of that. Suppose if you want to list some other directory, you can give the path of that directory and it will do the listing of that particular directory. As of now, what it did was current root directory. Whatever the current Hdfs root directory, it did the listing and it showed all the files. Suppose let us say I want to check the root. Okay, this particular command is a present directory it did. Okay, uh, Sdfs space dfs minus ls is the present directory. Suppose I want to do it for the root directory. Okay, forward slash gives me the root directory. Okay, root of this Hdfs installation. So if I say Hdfs space dfs space minus ls space forward slash indicates the root of this particular Hdfs. We will see what are the different folders and files that are available in the root. So you can see these are the different uh, what we see is all the these are directories. All the these directories are there: app logs, apps, okay, hdp, mapred, okay, and you can see the who is the user for these different kinds of directories. Okay, the first command we already saw is the Hdfs version. If you want to see the Hdfs version, you will say Hdfs space version, which we already executed to see how the version. On the command prompt, you will say Hdfs space version. So this is the snapshot of that. It will display the whichever the version is present on that particular file system. Okay. Next is list commands in the Hdfs. We did this Sdfs space dfs and we got all this different commands that are available in Hdfs. We can execute all these commands using Sdfs space dfs space hyphen this command. So all these commands you can see is with the hyphen. So here we already saw that when you have the active installation, when you do the SSH session, when you execute this command Sdfs dfs, then you can see all the commands. Whichever you want to use, you can use them. And if you want more help on those, you can use the hyphen help and give the command name. Okay, then it will give all the information about that particular command, and also it will give the how to use that particular command. So this is the snapshot from the SSH session. So it will list everything. Now, listing of the files, root directory, Hdfs, dfs, minus ls, and forward slash. Forward slash will tell about the root directory. Suppose if you want to search particular directory, then you can provide that information. Just I will clear this. Now, there were so many folders were there. Okay, just I will pick one or two. There was a folder called I think HDP. Okay, in the root in the root there was a folder called HDP. We'll see if you want to see the content of the HTTP, then you will give the absolute path, that is forward slash HTTP, and you hit enter. Then it will list that particular directory. So whichever directory you want to see, you want to do the listing, after minus ls you give that particular directory and it will show the whatever is the files that are available in that particular folder. Now you can see in HDP folder under root in HTTP folder, we have, it has one more folder, that is HTTP/apps. That folder is there. If you want to see what is the content of that apps, you will see Hdfs dfs minus ls, then you say /HTTP/APPS. So then whatever is the content of that particular directory will be shown here. Okay. So if you see here, there is a one more folder present in that, that is 3.0.1.0 -187, which is nothing but our installation. Let me see what is the, if you want to see the content of that, you can further go drill down into those folders. So that is how we can use the listing of the files. Okay, next command is, if you want to create a directory in Hdfs, you can use Hdfs -dfs Hdfs space dfs hyphen mkdir, and you give the name of the directory. So name of the directory is stuff. So here the command is already executed. I have executed. First I will do hdfs dfs -ls. It will list the current folder. In current folder, you can see there is a one directory called new dir1. Okay, then there are two files. There is no folder called stuff. Then I will issue a command hdfs dfs hyphen make direct and name of the, this is the directory I want to create, and I will hit enter. That particular command will create the a folder. After creating the folder, I will reissue the list of that directory, hdfs dfs -ls. Now you can see it has created one new directory. So let us try to do that. So already we have the stuff directory. I will try to create one more hdfs dfs then hyphen mkdir, and I will say stuff1 because stuff is already there. Stuff1. Okay. Now, if there is no error, then it will go to the next line. That means it has created. So if you want to see it, whether it has created, SDFS space DFS and LS. Do the listing of current directory. You can see here the stuff. This particular folder has been, this particular directory has been created. Next command, copy files to Sdfs. So put command can be used to copy a local file into a into a Sdfs system. So I tried this. Let me try again. It was giving some kind of a error. Just I will say Hdfs dfs. There is a, okay, first it will copy. I will list the local file system. I told you, if you want to list the local file system, you will say ls -ltr. There is a test1.txt file is available. Then I will say hdfs dfs hyphen put test1 dot txt. Let me put it in stuff1. So whenever you say hyphen put, the first thing you will give is the source location, and the next one is a destination. So this particular source is copied into this particular destination. So I will say So what the put command will do? Put command will put the copy the local file into the Hdfs system. Okay. Meanwhile, we will go back and check the next one. So this is the command. If you want to copy any file from the Sdfs system and you want to copy into the local file system, this is how you can do. You can say Sdfs space dfs, then space hyphen get test underscore hadoop.txt. This is the file that is on the Hadoop system, and you will copy into the current folder and you will rename that file as a test hyphen local. Okay, so it is giving some kind of a error. So this happens if some of the services are not up. Okay, so just now I had restarted the server before this class. So we'll move with the next command. That is hdfs get. So if you want to get any file from the hdfs file system into local file system, first check the hdfs file system. You say hdfs dfs minus ls. Okay, so we will copy the test underscore hadoop.txt into local file system. So we have test underscore hadoop.txt file. It is in the hdfs. Then we'll check the local file system ls minus ltr. Okay, in the ls minus ltr we have test hyphen local, already it is there. We'll copy as a new file. So for that, command is hdfs dfs get. It should be hyphen get which file we want. This file, test underscore hadoop dot txt. This is the name of the file which is present in the Hadoop system, and I want to copy it into the local system. I would say test local 1. So in the here example, we are copying the test hadoop.txt and we are copying as a test local. First, I did the listing of the Hadoop file system. So this is test underscore Hadoop is available. Then I issued the command hdfs dfs get test underscore hadoop dot text, that is the Hadoop file, into local system as, and it should be copied as test hyphen local. Then after this command was successful, I did ls minus ltr on the local file system, and you can see test hyphen local, that is copied. Okay. Now the file is copied into local. Now again I will do the listing of the local file system ls minus ltr. You can see test hyphen local 1, which was not present before. Now we copied it from the hdfs to the current file system, local file system. Next command is the copy command. If you want to copy uh, 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 one file into another file within hdfs, you can use this command. So within hdfs, if you want to copy a file from one file to another file, we can do it using the hdfs dfs hyphen copy test underscore hadoop dot txt and test dot hdfs. So what it will do is it will copy this file, which is text hadoop dot txt, and it will make another copy of this file and it will rename it as test.hdfs, and it will keep it in the same Hadoop ecosystem. Let us try this. Hdfs dfs cp and test Hadoop dot txt and copy as test dot hdfs. Some of these commands were giving errors earlier, so that is the reason I don't have the snapshot. We'll try it now. So this is the command that is used if you want to copy a file within the Hadoop ecosystem. Next command is put. Put command hdfs dfs hyphen put test into this directory. So the put command, what it will do is it will take the local file, okay, it will copy it into hdfs. So whatever the local file is there, it will copy into the hdfs system. Okay, this is also giving some kind of error, so I will take a look into that. So this is the command. Put command is, it can be used to copy a local file into an hdfs system. Then hdfs dfs minus rm test.hdfs. So this particular command can be used to delete a file within hdfs system, that is rm. We can use the rm. We will try that. Which files we had? We will first do the listing Sdfs, then dfs minus ls, okay. So I will try to delete certain file, hdfs dfs minus rm, and I will say test underscore hadoop 1.txt. Okay, so the file has been removed. By default, what it will do in case of a Hadoop, whenever you delete, similar to Windows, it will be moved to a trash. So it will not be available in this particular folder. If I say hdfs dfs minus ls, whenever you see a message as a info, it is for the information. Sometimes warning will be there, sometimes error would be there. What you will be should be concerned more is the error. If there is any kind of a error, info is for providing you the information. You can see earlier we had a test underscore hadoop 1.txt. Now that has been removed, so actually it has moved to the trash. And if you don't, if you want to completely remove without putting in the trash, that can be done using a setting a parameter. And similarly, if you want to remove a directory, you can use hdfs dfs minus rm minus r. Okay, so minus r is like recursively you are removing all the files inside that folder, and in files inside that folder, and then you will delete a particular directory. And If you don't want put this file as a copy into a trash, you can set a additional parameter hyphen skip trash. Okay, so this particular command, what it is doing is sdfs dfs minus rm minus r, remove the directory, don't move it to the trash, and remove this directory, that is stuff, that is the directory that is created. We will be removing that particular directory. Next, suppose if you want to get a status report, hdfs status report, this is the command that can be used, sdfs hyphen dfs admin hyphen report. Okay, so we can run that command and we can see clear hdfs dfs, then dfs admin hyphen report. Hdfs dfs admin. Okay, we don't need this dfs. Hdfs dfs admin hyphen report, so it will get us a report. So this is how the command will look like once you issue the command hdfs dfs admin hyphen report. So it will give a information status about the hdfs. You can see safe mode is on, configured capacity, present capacity, dfs remaining. So it will give a certain information, replicated blocks, okay, blocks with user replicated blocks, blocks with corrupt replicas. So it will give a status report about the hdfs. So you can see here, so similar information it has given here, hdfs dfs admin report. HDFS web GUI. I told you we can access this HDFS services using the web GUI, that is using the Ambari. Okay, and if we have the admin user ID, then we have the couple of administrative work can be also be done using the GUI. Sdfs provides an informational web interface. The interface can also be started from inside the Ambari management interface. So there is more information on the chapter 9. HDFS must be started and running on the cluster before the GUI can be used. Means the HDFS must be up and running before you start the GUI, that is the Ambari server. It may be helpful to examine the information reported by the GUI as a way to explore some of the HDFS concepts. So using this particular GUI, we can explore the information. Also, we can have some control, some actions can be taken. How to access that one is, once you have successful running of the HDFS system, you will access the web GUI using local 1080. Using 1080 you can access. And how do we know what is the port for SSH and what is the port for getting the web GUI? It will be shown when the machine, so this is the Hortonworks sandbox that is running. You can see here for virtual box they have given welcome screen localhost colon 1080 and SSH localhost colon 4200. Because we have done the virtual box installation, I am going to use those URLs. If it is done using the VMware, you can see it is provided here. Welcome screen 10.0.2.15 colon 1080 SSH 10.0.2.15 colon 4200. Since I have the virtual box, I will be using the 1080 and 420 on the local host. So this is the welcome screen, localhost colon 1080. And if you want to see the HDFS echo, you can see here want to access, then you will click on the launch dashboard on the welcome screen. You will click on launch dashboard. You will get two windows. One will direct to the Cloudera website, and one will show the all the dashboard information. It will take a little bit time to load. Okay, and initially I was telling you one how we can access Ambari is one user is a Maria underscore dev. Maria underscore dev doesn't have an admin privilege. So if you use this, you cannot take any kind of action on certain services, stopping, starting, all those things cannot be done. If you have the admin user ID, then you can do some of the administrative work. So I will use the admin user ID and password. And in the earlier session, when we talked about the installation, we used only Maria underscore dev. How to set up the admin user ID is we have to uh, reset the admin user ID on Ambari. Okay, this is the information for resetting the Ambari admin user password. This is the command you should use: Ambari admin password reset. Where you are going to run this command is on the SSH session. So you are going to run this particular command here. Okay, I'm not going to run, just I will show you. Right click, paste from the browser. Okay, so you will run this command here: Ambari admin password reset. The minute you hit click, it will reset you. It will prompt you for the new password. Give the new password, and that user ID admin and password you can use it to log in into the web GUI. Okay, now I have given user ID as admin, user ID is admin, and password I have given as admin. I will log in. Okay, now is loading all the information. You can see all the services: Hdfs, yarn, mappers. We talked about Zookeeper, right? For high availability, we can use the Zookeeper, and these are services that are available. So you can see this is the name node, Hdfs disk usage, data node. One data node is running there. Uptime, all this information is provided here. And if you want any actions to be taken, so this particular user gives the option. So I have access the Hdfs. You can see name node started. Secondary name node is also started. Data node 1, that is live. Number of blocks. So all the informations will be available here. So actions, what are the actions we can take? We can start all the services, restart just the data node, restart journal node. Okay, run service check, turn on maintenance, rebalance, refresh nodes, download client configuration. So if the whatever is the client configuration, we can download. uh, Delete service. These are the things we can do it from the web GUI. Okay, this is how it will look like. That already we logged in and I showed it to you. Using Hdfs in programs, there are two examples that have been given. One is for the Java application example. Using Java application, we can read write into the Hadoop DFS. That particular program code has been given, and that program can be used for reading, writing, and deleting the files from the Sdfs, as well as making directories. And they have given the complete source code is there, and how to compile, how to make a jar. All those information has been given. We can take a look into those programs. One is based on the Java and one is on the C program.